Alright, so it's 2017. Happy New Year, and I hope that you and your family and friends had a really safe and happy holiday season. Look, I wanted to take a second to address the fact that 2016 has ended. And I want to go out on a limb here and say that a lot of really great things happened in 2016. And I actually tweeted this sentiment at midnight on New Year's Day. And I had a few people kind of reply telling me I was stupid for thinking that 2016 was actually a good year. And people pointed out, that Trump got voted in and that Brexit happened and that there are wars happening in the Middle East and Syria and they pointed out all of these negative things. And I actually just want to kind of draw your attention to two things, which I will post in the description box of this video. One is an article by someone on Ideapod, and the article points out that there are all of these trends which very strongly suggest that 2016 has been one of the best years in recorded history. All of these trends which we have been recording for years and years and years and years and years are looking better than ever right now. And I think it's because the media really kind of publicize and promote negative news that we get trapped in this illusion that everything is getting worse. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the media here because they are basically in a consumer-driven market. They're selling advertising, right? They're selling viewership. And they only really promote or show what they think consumers want. I mean, they're not going to show something that people aren't going to watch. So it's kind of, and I don't mean to sound cliche here, but it's kind of society's fault at large for why the media seem to want to promote and consistently promote this narrative that things are getting worse, that there is more danger, that there are more negative things happening now than there were previously. So I wanted to kickstart 2017 by saying, look, let's look at all the good that's happening in the world and let's start embracing that. And let's keep that kind of progression moving forward into 2017. Now, I know a lot of people are against New Year's resolutions, but I'm not so against them. Look, I'm not for setting a goal because, something like I am going to eat healthy every single day this year, or I am going to go running 4 times a week, every week this year. And the reason I'm against that kind of goal setting is because as soon as you miss a day or as soon as you skip one of those goals and don't achieve that goal, then you can fail. And you fail for the entire year and the system basically crumbles beneath you and you stop doing it. But what I would urge you to do is just set a high level kind of system that you want to adhere to. And what I mean by that, and I'll share with you my kind of system for this year, and it's simply this: to be more creative, to create more things. So this video is helping me to achieve that goal. I also want to look at doing more side projects, more apps, more designs, more UI. And I also want to start being more creative in other areas like painting or drawing. And I just kind of want to broaden my horizons in this creativity space and just put more out there. So that's my New Year's resolution. I can't necessarily fail that, but I can constantly kind of push forward and try to achieve that. And look, we'll see how I'm going in 2018. And on that note, what are my plans for this channel this year? Well, when I started the channel, I had no idea where I wanted to take it. I didn't know if I wanted to do Let's Plays or moto vlogging or talk about design or just talk about my daily life. And to tell you the truth, I still have absolutely no idea where I see this channel going. But what I can say is that right now I am putting content out there. I am looking at the metrics and analytics that come back on that content, and I'm reading every single comment that comes through, and I am quite heavily reacting to that feedback. So if I put a video out there that gets a positive reception, then I'm more likely to do more videos like that in the future. And if people are putting comments out there, asking me questions or requesting certain pieces of advice or information from me, then I'm probably going to do more and more videos on that content in the future. So look, if you have engaged with me in the past, I thank you greatly, and you've probably seen this channel kind of move in that direction a little more. And if you want to see this channel go in a certain direction, then please do reach out, because it would mean a lot. And quickly, just to finish things off with this video today, I know it's a little bit of a rambling video, but I wanted to finish on this. Yesterday I was reading a design guidelines for an OS that I just heard of yesterday, which was called Elementary OS. And it's kind of a open source spin on OS X by the looks. Anyway, their design guidelines had this analogy, which really struck home for me. And it basically said that design is not just your opinion. It's not just anyone's opinion. Design actually has kind of tangible, measurable goals. And the analogy they used, which I loved, was imagine two bicycles. One is a kind of heavy duty mountain bike with big tire tread and suspension. The other is a lightweight, very small, compact, foldable bicycle that folds up into a briefcase, let's say. One is not inherently better than the other. One is absolutely better at going mountain biking, but the other is better for commuting to work, for example. So look, the point here is that both of these designs achieve very different goals, and it's knowing which goal you want to achieve that helps to kind of refine and define what your design will be. And I also wanted to go one step further here and just point out that, look, a lot of the time as UX designers and UI designers, when we think of testing, we think of a successful test as someone being able to achieve a task in a short duration of time, a short amount of time, time on task. And a lot of our kind of measurable goals are decreasing time on task. But if we take that compact versus mountain bike analogy and we look at what that would look like if our design metrics were to decrease the time on task, we would most likely end up with not a mountain bike and not a compact bike, but a race bike, which would kind of be extremely focused at time on task, but it doesn't take comfort or practicality into account. Now, look, I know the analogy breaks down because a mountain bike would kick a road cycle's ass on a mountain, but you kind of get what I'm getting at. If you only focus on one metric, which is speed or time, then you kind of neglect all of these other realms of really important aspects that help to kind of define a design. Things like practicality, ease of use. And these other things really do heavily impact the experience that a user has with that product. All right, I'll leave it there. Thanks for listening, guys. And here's to an awesome 2017. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey so far, and I look forward to reaching out and connecting with a lot more of you this year. Thanks.